We are here with Coach Kendra Hassel and freshman guard Brittany Schnabel. Coach, how proud are you of this team's resilience throughout this tournament?
Honestly, I'm still trying to catch my breath. Super proud. We faced a lot of adversity this game. We got down quite a few points in the first quarter. Dallas really comes out well in the first quarter. It seems like every game they come out and they score a bunch of transition points. And so your team could naturally just kind of give in at that point, but we didn't. We showed a lot of fight. We also had some adversity going into overtime, getting down by 5 points at that stretch too. But we've got a lot of tough kids on our team, and they just kept battling. I'm really proud of the toughness they showed.
How were y'all able to slow down Ray in the second half?
Well, we talked about her a lot, obviously, in the scout. She's just such a force, but she's a force mostly in transition. Now, obviously, she can get to the free throw line still, and some of their half-court stuff. We slowed her down some, but honestly, they started going to Pena also, so it just kind of had to do with what they were doing as well. But, I mean, both of those girls are great scorers, very difficult to match up with, hard to guard in the half-court. Just really proud of our team's overall effort.
And Brittany, what are some of the biggest challenges in facing Mary Hardin-Baylor?
I would say that there are a bunch of good shooters, but I feel like us as a team are better. And I just think that through all the adversity we've hit this season, I think that we'll be able to come out on top.
Brittany, 6 of your 8 points were in overtime for a freshman. That's just incredible. What was the key to your explosion in overtime right there?
I would just say stepping up as a freshman when our senior fouled out was definitely a big moment for me, and trying to just make sure that it was for her and also for the team, and I just had to do what I had to do to come out on top with this win.
Coach, what did you do different from last week's loss on this floor, 74-56? You look like a completely different team.
Right. I think it was a little bit more about our mentality. You know, when your back's to the wall and you have to win to advance, you play with a little bit more toughness. I felt like our first half, however, was very similar to our first half here last week. But fortunately, we were able to kind of get a spark, get a little fire underneath our girls. And this time we fought back in the third quarter, which we did last game as well. But we were able to sustain it. We talked about just getting over that hump. There was like a 5-point hump it seemed like we could not get over, and we finally did that. And once we started to go back and forth with them a little bit, I knew that we had a chance.
And what can you say about your defense? 30 points they scored in the first quarter. They scored 48 for the last 3 quarters and then in overtime.
You know, honestly, it was a lot to do with transition. We gave up so much early in transition. If you can make them have to really work in their half-court offense, then it's harder for them to score, which all credit to UT Dallas. They're an unbelievable team. They've had a great season, and they have some really great players. So it was a lot of work for us, to be honest. But some of our issues, too, in our first game came from our lackadaisical offensive play. And when you give UT Dallas some defensive stops and opportunities for steals, that leads into their offense. And I think what we did this game better was have better offensive possessions that eliminated some of their easier looks.
And how do you see Mary Hardin-Baylor, who you face tomorrow night for the title?
How do I see them?
Yes.
They're awesome, too. They're such a great team. They have 3 strong seniors on their team, and if one of them's having kind of a slower night, another one steps up and gets them going. So it will obviously be a very tough challenge, and they're playing well right now. They're really shooting it well here in this gym after 2 games. So we definitely have our work cut out for us.
Big picture, Coach. You took over a team that was needing to be built, and you've been building to making the tournament last year and now making the finals. Mm-hmm. How big a step is that just for your program overall?
Right. I just can't say enough about our kids. You know, we came in with kind of some new energy and some new ideas, but they were the ones that truly had to buy into it. And had to go to work, and they were willing to do both of those things. And so I'm just really proud of them and how they've stepped up. We talk all the time about we want to improve every time we step on the floor, whether that's in a shoot-around or a practice or a game. You want to keep getting better throughout the season. So for me as a coach to feel like we bettered last season in a way, it's kind of reassurance that we're moving in the right direction.
And you got a lot of freshmen you really depend on this season and providing big minutes in some big moments like
Right.
Brittany did.
Right, absolutely. Britt played great, and we've had freshmen really stepping up for us all year long. The good news about people like Britt is they maybe don't even realize what a big moment it is that they're taking that three-point shot in. They just kind of are fearless out there playing the game that they love, that they've played so well all of their lives. So that probably helps us in some ways, and then it hurts us in some ways, and we've had some growing pains at times, but they've really stepped up and done well for us.
Brittany, how much did you take it upon yourself to step up after Taylor went, fouled out?
You know, she's just been a really big leader towards me and towards everybody on our team, and just doing it for her was what sparked me the most. And she's a great player, and she just really knows how to lead the team, and I knew I had to step in that role.
Everything. Thank you.
All right.